the Kino. That's why we're here. Hello everybody, welcome! Today we are going to talk about solo leveling. Have you heard of it? It's very popular and soon it's going to be an anime. It is a manhwa, it's Korean. Now on this channel I say manga, so I think it's only appropriate that I call it a manhwa. It is finished, it's super long, and there's a lot of hype surrounding it. So the central question today is, should you be hyped about solo leveling, the manhwa? I've read the whole thing, so I have an answer for you. I haven't actually seen the trailer. Is that all this is going to be? Okay, that doesn't show much. It's a lot of still images from the manhwa. Now, one of the things I want to say is that I actually don't think this needed to be animated at all, because it's in color, which is kind of strange when you are reading manga exclusively, and it's all black and white. It looks really, really good, and the art is super detailed. But it just seems to me, in order to do this justice, the animation is gonna have to be top-notch. One thing that is interesting is that this is being produced in Japan. And of course, this is Korean. And in the story, the Japanese are kind of villains, a little shady and inept. And the main character, of course, is Korean, and it all takes place in Korea. And Japan, the animator said, no, 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 we will not have that. And they're moving it to Japan, and they of course are not going to allow the Japanese to be seen as inept and villainous. And there's been some, I don't even know if it's outcry or controversy, but it's been noted like, oh, that's interesting that they're doing this. I don't see a problem with it. I admire the Japanese having so much pride in themselves as a people and a nation. If this was in the United States of America, I think the production company would be delighted to make America the inept, stupid villains. Oh, yay, we can make all these colonialists look stupid. So it's nice and it's refreshing. The manhwa exists as its own entity. If Japan is going to take it on and they want to say, we're not making the Japanese look bad, I don't have a problem with that, and neither should you, okay? Now, let's see, what do we have here? Ah, yes, what I wrote down. There is a lot of Kino in this story. Our main character, who we don't know what he's going to be named in Japanese, we'll just call him Goku. Our main character, Goku, he starts off as kind of wimpy and pathetic. Oh, in fact, he is the worst ranked hunter in the story. And so he is pathetic. And this incident happens and he becomes a Chad. And it's a requirement by this new programming that he has going on, where it's leveling up, it's like an RPG, that he work out every day and that he become an Uber Chad. It's very important. And he does that. And in the process, he becomes a bit Eren Yeager-like in that he shows no mercy to his enemies. There are moments in the story where he slaughters hundreds of thousands of monsters. And of course, these monsters are like orcs in Lord of the Rings. They're not really, creatures with thoughts and feelings. They're just stupid. Although at certain points in the story, that comes into question and then kind of gets dropped. There's so many moments where you read and you're just like, oh, yeah, of savagery, of savage Kino. And you're like, oh, it's almost lethargic after what Attack on Titan did to us Kino enjoyers. And almost like giving you an appetizer, a glorious appetizer of Kino, and then giving you poo-poo as your main course. It really soured the tongue. But this comes along and it's just like, oh, you want Kino? Oh, well, here you go. Here's the Kino, here's the Kino. Kino for everyone. Everyone will get the Kino. Everyone will get the Kino. I was reading this and I was so pumped as I went. But one of my big complaints about the story is that it all just comes so easy for our main character. Hold on, hold for ambulance. Probably some idiot homeless guy overdosing. I constantly found myself thinking, is this going to be the moment where he faces like a foe or has a loss, even just doesn't win a fight? And no, doesn't happen. You do want to see, other than in the beginning of the story, your character facing some real adversity and losses to build his character. It's nice, you know, we like that. And I wanted the Kino waterfall to continue pouring over me, but I just wanted to see some struggles. And they do happen, and especially towards the end they happen, but I just don't feel that it was enough. So remember, our main question is, should you be hyped? And I will answer that question, just please be patient. We're gonna talk about the ending. Now hold on before you freak out. I'm gonna keep this vague to where I think it'll be okay. The ending goes in a direction, and you say, okay, this is satisfactory. I'm okay with this, I like this. But then it takes a left turn. And then you're like, man, I kind of like the path we were going on. What's up with that? And I have to say, I have seen some people complaining about the ending, and I've heard people not being a huge fan. As the ending is, I wouldn't say it's the worst. It's not like Attack on Titan bad, it's not Promised Neverland bad, it's not pull a name out of a hat bad. It's an okay ending. It's, I would say 5, 6 out of 10. It's not bad. The way it was going, it was better. I feel a lot of people kind of view it as almost a cop-out in a way. And I don't know that it is a cop-out. You're so cool. Wow, my motorcycle makes loud noises. I don't know that it is a cop-out, but it certainly does feel that way a little bit. What I will say about the ending is that I don't think it ruins it retroactively the way Attack on Titan totally destroyed everything before it. I can't even look at that without being disgusted by what happened in the end. And there's many stories that do that. I'm not a normie, but I know that Game of Thrones people were upset. Yet these idiots continue to watch the spin-off. Morons. Should you be hyped about it? You should be hyped about it, because it's gonna be a good time. The animation has to be good. The fight scenes have to be good. Now, this is a very long story. I would think it would take maybe 4, maybe 5 seasons to finish this thing up. It goes and goes and goes, and there's many arcs. The Kino. That's why we're here. We are here to obtain and feel as much Kino as we can. And this story does deliver. It has its shortcomings, yes. What story doesn't? You will feel Chad energy from watching this. I think it has some very good messages. You have to work out. You have to train. You have to fight. Tatakae. You must do these things. And then you can win. And you do it for family. You do it for honor. But the point is that our main character delivers. And it will deliver. And you will like it. I guarantee it. Just don't expect a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Look for an 8, a 9 out of 10, and you will be happy. In summation, get hyped. It's gonna be good. And that's all I've got to say. America would like to know, are you hyped for Solo Leveling?
Solo Leveling?
Yes.
What is that?
It's an anime that's coming out next year.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it.
Are you pumped?
I don't know.
Well, what do you think?
I'd have to see a trailer to know if I'm pumped.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, no problem.
Bye.
Grab my water.
Okay.
Cheers. Oh, excuse me.